YouTube was good. It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Off. Hey, guess what? It's your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit that doggone subscribe button. Hit the notification bell every time I post some new content. Well, the title says it all. We're gonna talk about that what happened with Deion. And we're gonna talk about these damn aliens that the Mexican people have been keeping from us for 1,000 years. Right? you know, and now that I actually stop and think about it for a minute, now I know why them bastards keep coming back. Right? It's like, look, they tried to, now because that's why they keep coming back because they were like, hey, look, they talk it in their little language or whatever, and they were like, look, y'all got to go back and get them, right? And then what then happened is like, well, hold it. So they telling the leader, say, look, every time we go by that damn planet, we always crash. So we get there, hell, they lie to capture us and keep us. They don't know what the fuck we eat or how we eat, So they was like, they asked out, you know. I mean, you got to be like, hey, look, we need to figure out what's going on. And so, look, hey, it is, it ain't our fault that the Earth has so much of a strong gravitational pull. But then again, I actually really look like this. It's their fault. I mean, y'all got all that damn technology, and y'all still ain't figured out how much pull that the planet Earth has. But then again, and this is where the flat earthers, you know, here's here's something for you flat Earth motherfuckers, right? How come the motherfucking flying saucers and shit, right? How come they keep crashing, or how they used to crash, right? And then and don't say they say, oh well, the technology has upgraded. No, it listen, people, ain't no goddamn alien, ain't no motherfucking UFO, right? And then you also gotta look at it. That shit, what the Mexican government come up with, right? Look, let me tell y'all something. Them folk down there, they went and got some shit. Listen, they all got drunk. They was all on that drinking on that damn tequila or what have you. And they said, hey, look, we gonna make up some shit. We gonna get this clay, we gonna get this dirt or what have you. And then we gonna get these baby dolls. And then we gonna put all this shit on them and make it look like that they've been here for 1,000 years. And so, and then, but then, and that's what happened, right? Y'all got to, my wife got shit everywhere. Hold on. So, so in either case, I'm trying to tell y'all this is what the fuck that happened. They didn't went and got this from dolls from somewhere, from the little, from the little convenience store, little dollar store, or what have you. They done put some shit together. They threw some dirt on it, and what they got some dirt and some water, and then they probably put a little glue in it or what have you, and they shape that shit up in a certain way. Then they give it some bones, right, to make it, and then they put some other shit in there. They put jelly beans in there or what have you. And say, oh, it had babies or it was about to have babies, But they didn't say nothing about no sexual organ, anything like that. And then and see, and here's another thing, too, people. Here's another thing, too, people. Right? And I know I've always asked the same question. And when I talk about videos of this nature, okay, they say aliens and UFOs exist, right? But since 1947, I believe, motherfuckers ain't captured shit since then. Now, I watch this shit on, I watch these motherfuckers on TikTok or whatever, or the TikTok reacting folk, and then they was like, man, then somebody then act like really then threw a doll out there, then fucked it up a little bit, right? And then say, man, look at this alien here. And it ain't moved or nothing. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, so these little bitty ass things here flying around, you know, I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And why the fuck we doing it? So my whole deal is, and because my thing is, I'm like, look, why the fuck you wait so damn long to actually like really come out and say, hey, well, guess what? We've been holding on for 1,000 years. That's almost as bad as saying, look, that's almost as bad as saying, you know, let's just say everybody got the same job, right? Everybody got the same job, everybody get the same pay, right? But here's this one guy, or this one group of people, and in this case, it's the Mexicans, right? They save their money while everybody else blowing through their money. Now ain't nobody got no money. And so now, everybody got to be like, well, fuck, the job that left. So now we got to come up with other ways to actually like really support our living. Not knowing that these the Mexicans, right, they got money. But the first time that they actually like really put the shit out there, right, then they were going to be like, oh, well, how much money you got? So they kept the shit secret, right? Because they already knew everybody else was gonna be trying to snatch up their little money. So basically, this is all what the fuck this is, right? You done held that shit for so damn long. Now that you think it's safe, now here you come out with it. But again, I saw the clip, and I'm just like, okay, why the fuck do they look like us? The head, listen, the head, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the ears, everything is like how it is on us. The body, for the most part, is somewhat similar, right? So I'm just like, but this is supposed to be an alien. So I'm just like, how come, you know, the head can't be like, I mean, you can still have the body, I guess, but just know that say like instead of the head being here, the head be somewhere in the chest, you know, and then you eat from under your armpit or whatever. I mean, but no, everything is pretty much like it's listen, it's the same setup. So I'm just kind of like, okay, so, but but this is what this is what that the powers that be or the powers that shouldn't be, right? This is what the fuck they want us to believe. It's like, oh, there's an alien. Okay, where the damn ship at, right? And so that's the thing. Okay, the alien's here, but where's the damn ship at, right? Or did they do some Star Trek shit where they beamed them down, right? Not really knowing where the fuck they beamed them down at, and they was like, hey, look, y'all go out there and y'all gather up information, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to get y'all. But see, but here's the deal. This is why I say that they all fucked up, right? Because because again, they get in the atmosphere, or they get where the earth is pulling on their ass, right? Then then it's like, okay, whew, you ever had to excuse me. So, but the thing is, the thing about it though, it's like, okay, that gravitational pull is pulling on their ass. So there's like, hey, look, we can't stay up here, right? So then they just sit them down, and then the gravity just slash their ass down, right? And but I'm just like, what a ship. I mean, because you gotta be like, okay, well, because I think it was two of them, right? So you gotta be like, okay, well, at least it was four of them. Two of them flying the ship, so they sent the other two down. And so they went around there, they couldn't find shit. Then they tried to call back, they're like, hey, look, ain't shit down here. And so they tried to get back, but the damn ship didn't crash. So so they were just like, well, hey, look, we gotta hide. We can't let nobody see us, right? And then apparently they died. Well, they died off or whatever. And then here comes somebody digging around, and somebody says, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Right? Come on, y'all. Come on now, y'all. This. Yeah, look, y'all believe this, right? Then just know if y'all believe this, then just know Godzilla is like right around the corner, hiding. Look, and that big motherfucker can't hide. Hell, he about as tall as every goddamn thing. So where the fuck Godzilla gonna hide at? Unlike these aliens here. So so that's my little spiel on the whole alien thing. I don't believe in aliens. Never did. Because we got way too many fucked up people here on Earth. We ain't got time to be worried about no damn aliens. Plain and simple. So, other piece of business. Old Coach Prime suffered his first loss. And a lot of people, like mad that he lost. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck for? A lot of people look at Coach Prime and be like, okay, well, and they'll be like, well, we don't like how he do things. And I'm like, well, how the hell he supposed to do that? Right? And then I was watching Comedy Hype, and then they played a clip with Tariq Nasheed, which for the most part, this guy, he has no credibility with me whatsoever. Right? I tend to put him in the same category as Dr. Umar Johnson, so-called Dr. Umar Johnson. Right? So apparently this white person, so-called white person, been called in, right? And then apparently he mad because it's like so it was like, okay, well y'all taking, and you know, and I'm gonna call bullshit on it because my whole deal is in sports, whether it's on a collegiate level or on a professional level, the copper colored person, I'm not gonna say African American. So let's just say the the indigenous people or Native American, whatever the case may be, right, has always dominated football, basketball, baseball, and boxing. You know, I mean, if you actually really just actually really go and look at the statistics, and then you tell me what group really dominates the sport. And so for this guy to actually really come on here and say, well, it was like, well, y'all taking the stuff away from us and blah 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 and all that kind of stuff. Then Tariq Nasheed with his dumb ass, he was just like, okay, I will say in this one, I'm just like, okay, well, some of the stuff he's talking about, okay, yeah, he's making sense. But then again, I'm just looking at some fact, okay, why would you act like really why would you even entertain this? So again, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, okay, so this is almost like a this is like a tell me something that we don't already know type deal. And then the motherfucker talking about, well, we still have badminton, we still have wrestling and all that kind of stuff. This is the shit what they this is the shit that they were talking about. So I'm just like, okay, apparently these two motherfuckers is actually like really they either really behind the power curve as far as like sports goes, or right, you knew that this was you knew that the conversation was bullshit right from the get go. So again, a lot of what's going on, a lot of what- a lot of what's going on. I'm just like, okay, y'all act like really can't be serious about some of this stuff. So, and then you had the other coach, the Oregon coach. He was like, okay, well, we playing for wins. We ain't playing for clips. You know, this is not gonna be. This is gonna be one on grass. This is not Hollywood. But then again, if you actually really stop and think about it, that's indeed what the fuck it is. It is entertainment, which is in Hollywood. And then motherfuckers be like, well, I'm gonna bet then so and so gonna win. And then depending on how much money that you have, right? So you get you and all your buddies together, and then so y'all bet on this shit, and then Vegas is looking at it and be like, you know what? We gonna cover that. Then we gonna, then we be like, hey, look, y'all need to like shave some points so so we can cover this spread, because we already know that the average motherfucker really don't know how to bet on a game, and so that's money that we'll actually be ready to, that we can actually really clean up, and and you get good, we can pay you your money, but just know we're gonna get more than what the fuck we lost. Plain and simple. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me do this. Oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. So, all right. So, in either case, I just had to send another thing out. Hopefully, we can get some more people on here, you know, and that way we can actually really hear, their perspective. I mean, because it's always good to actually like. I always like to hear from other people, how other people feel about the subjects, the subject of subjects, what I'm actually really talking about here. So uh, hopefully I'll give it a few more minutes, and then then I'll be like, hey, look, we just have to, we'll just have to, we'll just have to catch it on the next go round. I mean, because this jungle juice here, which I can't, I ain't got the bottle, but if I did, I'd be like, today's episode of of this show is brought to you in part by Jungle Juice. Tastes roaring good. So, but hey, look, it is what it is. But hey, in other case, in other news, which if y'all actually really want to call it news, apparently Taylor Swift and old boy from the Kansas City Chiefs, they dating. And I'm just like, okay, y'all ain't got nothing better to talk about. Big fucking deal that they date, right? And it's when they do stories like that, right? It's that's almost like a word math problem almost. So if this is one of those, okay, well, little Johnny, mama, get him $5 to go buy $3 worth of apple, right? And and little Susie, her mama give her $5 to go get $4 worth of apples. And then so you got, so let's just say you got 12 apples, right? And so in the meantime, little Johnny's brother is in there watching the Dukes of Hazzard, and he eating oranges and watermelons. So how many apples did little Johnny and little Susie have all together? And so I'm just like, where the fuck that come from? So so again, or it just sometimes you gotta look at it and be like, okay, hold on. Yeah, my little baby in there crying. Okay. Okay. Come on, man. You sleeping? No, okay. All right. Because she sure kicking the color off. That little grandbaby in there, she crying. I don't like to hear. I was go come in here. Let y'all say hey to her for a minute, but hey, but so I know y'all here, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I'm I'm really trying to doggone. I'm really trying to hang on here, right? I mean, because the jungle juice got me. Hold on. So yeah, so I'm just like I'm you know I'm like okay. I don't want to motherfucker be like okay. I'm just sitting up here and I'm looking at the damn screen and I don't need y'all sitting up here, you know, watching me drink or whatever because that's most definitely what the fuck I'm doing right now. It's I mean, but I really don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta hold on. Okay. So yeah, I guess they about uh hopefully they coming on here for too long because yeah, I'll fuck around and I'll be like, you know what? We're gonna holler at y'all later. But in either case, we gonna like I say, we gonna talk about Deion and 9 times out of 10 this from here on out is probably it's probably gonna be about it's probably what the fuck it's gonna be about. We're probably not gonna get to the alien piece. So this from here on out, right? We gonna talk about it. We may talk about some other shit, but hey, it is what it is, what the motherfucker is. So it's hold on, let me check out one more thing. Oh, somebody hit me up. Somebody hit me up. Oh man. So well, I'm just like, you know, hey, look. Oh, this has been. I wish I could go in if you know what, if I thought that I could pause this, right, I would be like, you know, hold on. They ain't got no damn pause button on here. It's the only thing because right now, I swear, I don't. This is like I'm in limbo right now. I really don't. Alexa, I really don't know nothing else to talk about. You know, I mean, other than hey, look, football is fucked up. Biden, oh, we could, with the union, the the strike, with the auto strike that's going on right now, the writer's strike. You know, apparently they made a deal, but yeah, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of that shit would they be talking about on them damn comedy shows don't be, they ain't funny worth a damn. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, everybody's entitled to their little piece of money. You know, I get that, but I'm just like, okay, what, I guess if the ratings are good, then okay, yeah, go on get these people, go on get these people their money, right? I mean, but and this actually really goes to show you that what everybody don't what these people may think is funny. Everybody don't think that. You know, and I'm just like, okay, well, hey, it is what it is. But at the same time, you know, if the big producers of these TV sitcoms, whatever, if they make it mad, right, then give these people, go ahead and give these people their money, right, and so that way everybody be happy. Everybody be happy. But I think what goes on with a lot of these corporations, them higher ups, right? They be like, "Oh, we got all this money," and then they be like, "Well, hey, we gonna get us some cocaine. We gonna get us some bitches, and we gonna like snort the cocaine on the table on their titty, and then we gonna like put the coke up their ass, or and I don't know if they gonna snort it that way. I really don't know, but I just felt like, okay, look, somebody is like spending way too much money, and then they done spent over budget because they too busy looking for you know them bitches that they saw at the strip club or whatever, and then they get the money, and then they just damn, we overspent, and so now that he come to writers and shit, they like, hey, look, give us our money. We ain't got it. Why the fuck you ain't got it? And then they ain't gonna tell. They ain't gonna tell why they ain't got it, right? I mean, because they'll be like, because one or two things gonna happen. They're gonna be like, oh, that's fucked up, or two, they're gonna be like, hey, you stole my motherfucking idea. You probably went out and got the same bitch that I was going to get. So you done took the cocaine that I was gonna spend. Then you got the bitch that I was gonna get. So you took the cocaine, you put it on her titty, and you snorted it off. And motherfucker be like, hey, look, that was my goddamn idea. So now everybody pissed off. Well, everybody ain't pissed off. It's just the motherfucker that, you know, he stole my idea. Now I'm mad. So now I'm like, well, fuck you, motherfucker. I ain't finna work for you. I ain't finna write shit else because you took my idea. Plain and simple. And then as far as like the General Motors folks, so you got General Motors, Ford, and I forget who else. And so those folk up there, they want better hours, better pay, better 401k. So I mean, they actually really got to do. They really have uh, a demand of stuff that they want. I mean, but for me, right, I always thought that look, you on that motherfucking assembly line for any other top three corporations. I always felt like, hey, look, you making a nice piece of money, because my son, right, he there in Texas, unless he didn't quit or whatever. That's what he do. He actually really put the shit together, like the engine or whatever. And so I know he got him. I know he making him a nice piece of money. But I get it. And but then again, I could look at this same situation that I look at the shit with the motherfuckers that's the writers that went on strike. Okay, 9 times out of 10, you done had one child too many. Only one of y'all is working, right? And then you actually out there trying to have extracurricular activity, knowing that you got responsibility, right? So now here you come to the boss man. You say, hey, look, I want a raise, or I need a raise. Or a lot of y'all do that. Now, I'm not saying it. So now, again, I'm not saying that everybody is squandering away their money. But all what I am saying is maybe, just maybe, it's enough of y'all that's like, you're blowing off your money, right? And then on top of that, let's just say your money is going faster than what it should, because a lot of that shit you blowing off, and then that what you do blow off, you ain't got enough to actually really pay for the necessities that are, and that's exactly what the fuck they are, necessities, right? And so here you come knocking on the boss's door, talking about, hey, we need some more money. We need more time off. And this, that, and the third. Right? And again, I got no problem with that. I really don't. But I'm just like, what the hell? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Everybody wanna know something. So again, but then again, I look at it like this, right? Everybody, you know, everybody's, entitled to, you know, they right, they rightful pay, whatever the fuck they may be. And then and then whatever the fuck that you do with your money, it's your money. You worked hard for it, then hey. But at the same time, right? If I give you this money that you didn't work for, and so, but it's almost like, okay, I say people like, I give y'all this raise, right? And then it'll be like, oh, then here come Uncle Sam, right? He gonna get his little, he gonna get his before anybody else, right? So he gonna get his before anybody else, right? Because what's there? I mean, because my whole deal is, and this actually really goes for the motherfucking writers in Hollywood, Hollywood. I mean, because my whole deal is, unless they didn't bypass that shit some type of way, the more you make, the more these motherfuckers are gonna take. So it's just like, okay, so say you get your raise, say you get all of this shit what you want, and then you motherfuckers say, okay, yeah, we're gonna get that for you. Because that was that's that's just how I would actually really look at it. I was like, okay, you want this fine. We're gonna let y'all have it. You know, but knowing that, hey, look, I already know Uncle Sam once that paycheck hit or whatever, then Uncle Sam gonna look at that shit and gonna be like, oh, so so in our case, right? So let's just say, okay, out of the raises that are the raises that will happen with both the writers and with the folk that work for the motor companies. So let's just say that everybody get an, what let's just say everybody get a pay raise, and let's just say it's $180. So you're gonna be like, okay, $180 more coming to your paycheck on top of all the other shit that y'all want, right? So then you like, oh, okay, good, right? And then motherfucker be like, but Uncle Sam see that shit. Well, guess what? I'm finna take 125 of that, and so then it's almost like, okay, well, hey, look, what have y'all accomplished? I mean, yeah, you might get your dime off, but it's only $62 more that's in your pocket, right? Or depending on what house you stay in, how the bills are, how the utility bills are, and all that kind of shit. So now let's no, Uncle Sam that took 125 of that shit, and right, and then you left with whatever is left. But then hell, you still can't cover what the fuck you need to cover. So you still in the. They're like say, I don't know what all that stuff is actually gonna look like on paper once everything is all said and done with. Oh yeah, fine. Good. We good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I can barely hear you. Turn your volume up.
Okay. How about now?
Okay, I got you. So what's been going on?
Hmm. Nothing much. The usual.
Yeah.
Just the usual.
Huh?
He said the usual.
Hey, if I look glassy eyed, it's because I'm drinking.
You and me both.
Oh, okay. so so what's the deal?
Well, what do you
Well,
what you
I
gonna
was
talk
actually
about
like
first?
talking about so what you think about, you know, it's almost like motherfucker was waiting for Deion to lose.
Well, here's the thing. This is my opinion. I feel as though that well, I felt like this before I heard what Keyshawn Johnson said.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I don't know if you listen to sports radio as
Yeah.
much as I do. To what I'm not listening to politics radio, I'm listening to sports radio. So the thing is what he said is that he said that he spoke to a few other coaches, and he said that he has never seen. or heard of any of that much information being fed to another organization. And if you know anything about coaching, you're scouting your own team, you're scouting, other individuals, so that way you can be able to have a game plan for your team to win. But in his case, he saw so much information being utilized or being given to be Deion. But here's my thing: Oregon is what, a top five, what has always been a top 10, or let's just give them top 15. Oregon has always been a top 15 team, and at the same time, Oregon was supposed to win, and
Yeah.
Colorado was supposed to lose. So here's the thing: it's not about Cinderella. That was something that was supposed to be focused on for Colorado. Dion is in his first few months as a Pac-12, you know, collegiate coach, black
Yeah.
coach. Like we're not even going to put color into this because that has nothing to do with it. But Oregon was supposed to win, and Colorado was supposed to lose. Why are you getting scouting reports where it's clear to be that you're cheating?
Yeah.
Why is that even a consideration? Why is that even in the thought? But the fact that you had to do all of that to win a game and you blew them out so bad, everybody thought you cheated
Yeah.
because we know. I grew up on Deion Sanders. You did.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about football. You knew a lot more about football than I did at that age. And he was in his prime. Whether you lost against him or won against him, you got 100% your best. So, like he said, it's better to lose against me now because, of course, if I was in a program, that's just like you being in charge of a unit for 5 years.
Yeah.
We would be passing drills like it ain't no tomorrow. If you know how strenuous those drills were. But if this is your first 6 months, yeah, I'm gonna lose
Yeah.
because I'm learning. I'm learning through everything. I'm gonna be able to, educate myself through my own losses, through my own experiences. So at the same time, I don't think that was a regular win for Oregon. I don't see anything different than what they would have had against, say, UCLA or BYU or Utah. Don't see anything different. Now, if this was Oregon and Alabama, Oregon and USC,
Yeah.
Oregon and Stanford, oh yeah, I want you to lose. I want the underdog to win. But you know, in 5 years, I don't see them winning. I don't see nobody winning against Colorado if Deion is still there.
Yeah.
Colorado is the new Alabama, and we just gonna call it what it is. Everybody wants to beat Deion. Everybody wants to be Deion, but I'm like, this dude when he was at the HBCU, y'all wasn't paying attention to him, but now he went over to Pac-12. Um, everybody wants to pay attention to him. It would be 10 times worse if he was in the SEC division. And you and I both know that. You from Arkansas. I'm an LSU fan, so we know what SEC is all about.
Yeah.
Whether you root for that district or not. I grew up about 20 minutes from Notre Dame Stadium. You could hear the stadium, so we know what big games are about. And that was not a big game. Colorado was 1-11 last year. For Oregon to sit there and brag, they did what they were supposed to do. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, which was beat Colorado. If they didn't, then we would have a conversation. So I'm
Yeah.
not even going to entertain. Um, I'm not even going to entertain the nonsense because if that's exactly what it is, it's nonsense. If you want to brag about that, you got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you this. So how do you think Dion would have fared out, say if he would have went it's okay, let's just say he didn't go to the Pac-12. Say he would have went to the ACC or the SEC. How you think he would have fared?
Same thing. He
Yeah.
could have went to Georgia. Okay, I like to call them the Georgia Eagles.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy about that. But
Yeah.
you know, he could have went anywhere. He's still. You have to give every brand new coach a learning curve. Remember when who was it that went to Harbaugh? Was it Jim or John Harbaugh that went to Michigan?
I think that was Jim. I want to say that was
Jim.
Jim Harbaugh that went.
So when he went to Michigan, we gave him a learning curve, and he came
Yeah.
from the NFL. But look at Michigan now. They ain't
Yeah.
even mess with it. You know what I'm saying? So give Deion the same grace. And Jim has, well, Jim or John, whoever's up there in Michigan, they have sent plenty of players to the NFL. And if you think him and his brother ain't talking, well, I got this guy over here, he gonna go and grab you, pick him up, or hey, can you put in a word? You know, it's, I mean, it's just like you and me talking back in the, hey, I got this soldier over here. Hey, pick him up, put him in your unit. He's gonna be good. It's the conversations I have. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, I mean, if they want to sit there and the media is gonna do their thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like for me, you know,
I mean, because because I was talking with Zach yesterday,
mhm,
and I told him, I said, you know what? Considering what their record was last season, I mean, now if Dion, listen, if he don't win no more games, he can at least say that he's two games better than what they were last year.
you're absolutely right.
You know, so I'm, I'm just like, hey, and then listen, an improvement is an improvement. I mean, no matter how big or how small, right? It's still an improvement, but it was almost like it was almost like motherfuckers was waiting for Dion to lose. That was and I'm just like, okay, so he lost one game. Now what the fuck? What y'all gonna say if he win the next five or six?
They're not gonna say nothing. They're gonna say the same thing. See,
You
the
know?
thing is that like it's just is we already put it out there. Shador is not gonna win the Heisman, because Deion didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah,
The last defensive person to win the Heisman was Pucci. Um, you know, and he's not gonna win it. We already know why. He's not going to the NFL draft. We already know why. He's not gonna play number two to somebody that he feels that he's gonna develop. I mean, look at who he's being trained by. He's being trained by one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league
yeah,
ever. And we know that for a fact because he vouches for him. And I mean, you can call it a coincidence, but everybody that plays sports in Tom Brady's family, I mean, look at his niece. His niece is a phenomenal softball player. Not a lot of people know that, but she's a softball player. So the thing is that it doesn't matter. The thing is that Dion's kids are great. They're going to be great. They're going to go to the NFL. No different than anybody else's kids. Greatness comes from greatness. And so if they want to sit there and critique them and do all that type of shit, okay, cool. Critique your mama. That's what I
yeah,
got to say about that. It's to kind of be petty or to speak down to that level. Stop playing with your own kids. Just like with Kobe, his daughter was a beast. Just like his daughter, the one that plays volleyball, she's very good at volleyball. Um, and I would say to that, play with your mama.
yeah,
It's like it's how dare you discredit somebody like that. You know, a player that good, just like who is it? Um, Shaq's son had a heart condition. LeBron James' son had a heart condition, but they're still great players. Look at Master P. All of
yeah,
his sons were played at a high level collegiate basketball, even from Romeo on down. You got Hershey and Mercy Miller. Um, you know, but everybody, nobody was paying attention to. these schools. Penny Hardaway has been coaching in Memphis for years. Eddie George has been coaching in Memphis for years. Why did it have to take Deion? You know what I'm saying? Look at Ed Reed. They fired him. They got him out of the media fired him. Um, I mean, there's some other people that I'm forgetting, but now you have what I love to hear is that you have Warren Sapp, and Warren Sapp was
Yeah.
a dog, you know. But nobody wants to talk about all of these other B-list and C-list players that are making an impact in some of these young fellas' lives. They coach little league teams. They coach Pop Warner. Um, you know, the Major League Baseball is still drafting kids out of high school.
Yeah.
Still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a son of my own. Like, I introduced him to soccer and he loves it. You know, so there's other sports other than baseball that we have infected. Look at golf. Ain't no golf without Tiger Woods. You know, including Nicholson, of course. But you know what I'm saying? It's just it's so many ways and so many narratives that this could go. But don't forget that Deion was one of the greatest defensive players in football ever. And he got the best.
Yeah.
So think of what he could produce. Look at the people that he's bringing to that particular place. Colorado is cold. It's high at altitude. You get Alabama, you get there. Don't nobody want to go to Colorado. Damn Colorado. Don't nobody want to go to Fort Carson. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's he's bringing people, you know, black people do not like cold weather. He's bringing people to an atmosphere and creating an environment and a tone where the atmosphere is great. And I'm
Yeah.
all for it. I don't care if they win or lose. I just think it's good for the school. And it gives these kids something to look forward to. He's filling the stadium, he's filling the seats, and we know just like the coach Nick Saban in Alabama, he's taking care of those boys. Some of those boys don't have fathers. Some of their dads are in jail. Some of their moms can't even pay the light bill. He's taking care of them boys. How
Yeah.
many coaches how many other than Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh and a few other coaches that you hear about, how many of these other coaches are taking their players, taking their young men and showing them things? How many other coaches do you hear that other
Not too
than
many. Not too many.
them getting $2 million contracts, $5 million contracts, and these kids is getting a meal
Yeah.
plan, and you're paying the coach $2 or $3 million. That's not fair. The coach
Yeah.
ain't doing the work. The kids are.
So
And
how do you feel? I mean, because again, you know, I talked with Zach yesterday, and I because he asked me right, like
mhm,
if how would I feel if I had my sons, if I had both of my boys said like I'm the head coach or whatever, and I got my sons on the same team that I'm coaching. And so basically, I just told him I wouldn't want that because I would want my sons to go play for somebody else because
I wouldn't.
because I know how I am, because I'm gonna look at them because I don't want the rest of the players to be like, oh well, he's showing favoritism. But see, it would be just the opposite with me. I'll be like, look, I'm gonna dig in your ass because you are my son, right?
And that's
So
what's happening. That's
So
what's going on here.
I was, because I would be like, no, look, you go pay for somebody else. I mean, because for one, I'm looking at favoritism, how the other players are gonna look at that, and then I'm just for the simple fact, hell, I know how hard I was on my son, and I wasn't no damn football coach. Yeah, hell, it was just the fact of me just being a dad, right, was you
But
know
ask yourself
is
this.
is enough. And
Ask yourself this.
I would just feel like, I mean, I get it. You want your kids to succeed. I get
Right.
all that. Well, guess what? You're not fit to be on my college football team. I'm
But
just
but
I'm
who
just saying.
better? Who better? But if you have we seen I don't know if you remember the TV show that he had back in the day when him and Pilar was still together when they
Uh,
were babies. Um, and then he was at Prime Prep. He was at the private high school. He was at SMU. Um, he has been with them their entire careers.
yeah,
So if you know that you're going to get the best production out of your kids, you better to coach them. But this isn't any average father son team. This is not your average. And he's not just doing it to his kids, he's doing it to your kids,
yeah,
to somebody else's kids. He's not showing favoritism. We can see that because he's built that foundation. We know who we're dealing with here. We know that if Shador is playing a piss poor game, he's gonna sub his son in. He's gonna sub. He's gonna take him out the game. Period.
yeah,
But Shador knows that he better put on a performance to where he doesn't, and that's the thing. Like I don't think people really understand how difficult it is to have a dad as great as Deion. You will never, you will never be as good as your father, but you can be able to create. And just um, that's like Shaq and his son.
yeah,
Uh, he will never be Shaq. There will never be another Shaq. Never. Just like there will never be another Kobe, there will never be another Michael Jordan, there will never be another LeBron, Allen Iverson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson. The list goes on and on and on. But at the same time, if they were my coach, that doesn't mean that they are all great coaches.
yeah,
Because we know Magic was a horrible coach. Shaq has never coached, but he mentors a lot of players. Kobe was a good coach. He coached his daughter's team. Um, look at Steve Kerr. Look at Mark Jackson. Look at Larry Bird was a horrible coach, but he's great on the business side. Magic Johnson, great on the business side. Um, Hakeem, Juwan Howard, business side, background. Um, who else? Pat Riley, great coach, good on
yeah,
the business side. Look at it's just there's a lot of ways you could play that, but Deion is a good coach.
yeah,
Period. He's a good coach. If he wasn't a good coach, his son would not be good as
yeah,
what he was. So the thing is that you have to ask yourself, like, are you stuck on the usual, oh, my parent is my coach? Well, what parent isn't a coach? Because if my son plays soccer, baseball, football, I don't care. I don't care if my son plays cricket. I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it stadium in that field screaming like I know everything. Because to me and my
yeah.
mom, my baby, I don't
Now,
care if we doing a sack race.
yeah. Now, when when uh when my son, right, when he come up to me, I never forget it. He said, "Dad, I want to play football." So I looked at him. I said, "You sure about that?" And he was like,
Right.
"Yeah, I'm sure." Right. So, so then when we were still living on post houses. So it was the back. It was a trail in the back, right?
Hmm.
So I said, "Go meet me in the backyard," right? And so I brought the expedition around, and I told him what I was gonna do, right? I said, "Look, I'm gonna get this truck just enough gas put it in neutral. I told him I was gonna put it in neutral. I was gonna cut the engine off. Your job is to stop this vehicle and push it back the other way, right? So he was all ready for it. He was all ready for it until his mama come out there, right? She see me in the truck. She see him down on the other end, right? So she just thought the worst. And I'm just like, look, it ain't like that. I'm just like, I need to know if he can stop this damn vehicle,
Right.
right? And then she did.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah, I need to know that because I figure if he can stop this vehicle, listen, if he can stop an expedition, right? And you know how big an expedition is, right? Okay, I said, look, if he can stop this motherfucker and start pushing it back, everybody's gonna come look at it. And then after a while, I mean, now that particular time it didn't happen, but I told him, look, this shit ain't over with. You gonna push this damn vehicle, right?
Right.
So, so, so after a while, he did. I didn't have him stop it, but he pushed it, right? And then after a while, it actually like became easy for him. And then before too long, before he got into a little bit of trouble, listen, Baylor was coming out to look at him because he told me Baylor was coming out, and there was a couple other colleges coming out to look at him because, yeah, shit, my son was all over the damn field, right? I mean, one time he was just looking for motherfuckers to hit, and I'm like, hey, look, the play over with. I pulled him over. I'm like, look, play over with. Stop looking for folk to hit. Now, when they get back in the huddle, and then if you where the ball is at, then yeah. Because I remember one time he said they were doing practice. He hit the quarterback, hit him so hard he dislocated his shoulder. And I'm like, come on now, you can't. I'm like, how y'all gonna win? You done knocked him out. He dislocated his shoulder. My boy doing this. So I'm just like, look, do that to the other team. Don't do that to your old quarterback, right? As far as like strengthening wise, I feel like as far as like my son goes, I felt like I had that covered because I feel like,
Right.
look, if you can stop this expedition, then yeah, you finna get double team, you finna get triple team, and then you gonna leave it open for everybody else. So I was
So was he defensive tackle, offensive,
yeah.
or guard? What was he?
So he was right there on the line. He was a tackle.
Okay.
So he was
Okay.
right there, right? And then my, he tall. My son like 6'2", 6'3",
Oh yeah.
right?
So he's big.
So it was like, once I showed him how to like really come off the ball, really get up under the
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
right?
Take
You
the,
know,
the technique.
yeah. And then once I showed him what I could show him, then he took the rest of it. He just ran with it. Now, like I say,
Yeah.
he out there looking for people to hit. But like I say, things happen. And I'm just like, hey, look, it is what it is. But I always felt like, because I tell my wife, I'm like, yeah, I probably could have been a real good strengthening coach because
I mean, shit, you was ours.
you know, because I mean because I look at it like this. I mean, with all of this stuff that they got out there now, I'll be like, I'll just be like, okay, who got SUVs? And I'm like, look, bring the SUVs out on the
nothing,
field.
nothing is better than an old fashioned gym session.
Yeah.
You don't
Cause
need all these juicy.
remember, I used to have motherfuckers pushing the Humvee around. I
Yep.
I had y'all pushing the Humvee around, so I'm just like,
Like to this day, when I go to the gym, I found I think it's
yeah,
the row machine where you can use your raw strength
yeah,
and still be able to maintain and get the same workout as if you was doing this new, you know, you know. I have a system. Like I said, I juice. There are a few days like I juice and go vegan
uh,
1 week out the month. After that, I make sure I stay active. Keep my gym activity. I stay active at work, and that's that. I don't need. Sometimes people feel like they need all this extracurricular stuff,
yeah.
but you get so far out of that, and it gets to the point where it's outrageous. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. So that's the way that I look at it. When being in the military, I mean, you gonna make up some exercise. You know,
I mean,
you
because
gonna
this is my week off from the gym. I try to do what I do. I work out what 15 days out of every month, and then I'll rest for 10. Right? I mean,
for the rest, yeah,
yeah. I mean, because I'm looking like this shit. I'm 50 years old. What I look like going to the gym every fucking day, you
yeah,
know. So, but in those 15 days, I'm doing my cardio, and then I'm lifting, right? And then and then what's so bad about it? People stop what they doing and they looking at me.
yeah. I've noticed that. Like when I do my leg, when I have a leg day, and when I do my arms, I have people just they stare because they're looking like, how in the hell are you lifting that amount, or how are you doing that much? And I'm just like, you know, that's just been me. It's always been me. If I'm not at the gym, I'm gonna do push-ups. I don't care where I'm at. I'm at work. I'm gonna do me some 50 push-ups. So the thing is that I do what works for me. I don't give nobody no. I'm not no personal trainer. I do what works for my body, and I
Yeah,
tell people the same
and that's
thing.
what I tell people too. I tell people,
You
I
do
say,
what
look,
works for
I'm
you.
working. I do what works for me.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, I can sit up here. I can tell you my routine, right?
hmm
But
But that's not gonna be your routine.
yeah, what is it really gonna do for you? I mean, because this is my routine. So I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I can tell you, but what is it gonna do you? You know?
Right. Just as like for me, I purposely, I look for a gym that's 24 hours. If I get a haircut my ass and I want to go to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna go to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what I pay for. So,
Yeah,
for me, you know, just being able to, go in there, take a shower, go home. If I want to sit there and be on the computer all day, I can do that. I mean, it's just some people feel like they gotta change their whole. You make that your lifestyle.
yeah,
Um, I don't. I eat differently. Now, granted, I wish I was educated as much as I learn now. I wish I knew that then. Maybe I would be a little bit more conscious.
yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? I enjoy it. I'm 215. I stay between 215 and 225, and I enjoy it.
yeah,
I enjoy it. So for me, I see people that weigh the same as me, and you probably could relate too. I see people that's the same age and they weigh the same as me, and they look totally different.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm like, there's no way we're the same age. You can't be 35 or 34 and you look like that. That's
yeah,
horrible. Skin messed up, um, weight just proportion so incorrect. Um, so a lot of times I can't believe people look like that.
yeah,
But for me, I mean, I'm well.
yeah. I mean, because uh, I got on the scale. what was that, Friday, before I left before I left the gym, I got on the scale, because I just wanted to see how much I weighed. So
Right.
so I got on there and I weigh two. Well, like this. Remember how much Rocky Balboa weighed in Rocky 3? He was 202 pounds. So that's what I weigh. I weigh 202
Yeah.
right now. You know, and then just like I say, it was a guy in there. Now, great the fact he's 52, right? But I'm looking at him and I'm looking at me. I'm like,
Ain't no
how
way.
ain't no way in hell you 52 years old.
Ain't no way. Like I
Because
don't believe it. I don't believe it.
and
Like
I'm just like, and then he was like, well, hey, look, I'm just starting out. I'm just like, okay, you
what did
know,
you eat? What have you been eating?
but I'm just like, come on now, you don't. I mean, I'm just like, the thing is though, it's like younger guys in there. Yeah, they bigger than me, but
Yeah.
I'm looking at the shit that they lifting, and I'm like, well,
Cause I
okay,
don't, I don't, I don't. I have my days where I want to max out and lift heavy. I can, if I want to, but I keep it at a medium
yeah,
because I do a lot of things. Like for instance, the grocery store. I don't drive to the grocery store. I walk,
yeah,
and I carry all of my groceries home. I have never. Let me tell you where I live at now. I have never drove my groceries home. I've always carried my groceries home, and that's something that I have kept. I mean, granted, people look at me like I'm crazy, but I said that's a part of. If it's a big parking lot, I'm gonna park in the back. I'm gonna walk.
yeah,
I'm a, if there's a long distance, um, you know, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna utilize everything that I can.
yeah,
I'm not gonna be lazy when I can be able. Oh, I'm gonna use this as a workout. If it's like if it's on the fourth floor, I'm gonna take the stairs.
yeah,
And I tell people like making those little changes are what you know. If I can switch, if the bread that you're using is $2, but it's enriched, bleach, stuff like that, and you drinking regular milk, I'm gonna spend the extra $3 for some oat milk, and I'm gonna spend $7 on some healthy option for bread.
yeah,
And my digestive system is gonna thank me because I spent $7 more. Um, I'm gonna drink more water. Little stuff like that. I said, man, I ain't doing that. And they be looking at me like, how do you drink as much as you do and you don't? Well, my diet is very, very simple. I can eat the sweets that I want to eat. I can drink as much as I want to drink, but you have to look at what I'm eating on a constant basis,
yeah,
what I'm putting in my body on a constant basis. And I'm a firm believer in detoxing. I detox once a week. It don't taste good to me. It's not a good process to me, but my
yeah,
body lives.
yeah. I know, right?
You
So
know, I hate it, but I mean, it's something that I created, and it works for me. You know, because I'll be damned if I'm 250 again. So for me,
yeah,
like being
I
I mean, 200, 220, 225, I try to float, stay in between that, but I'm great.
yeah,
Like you said, you looking at somebody that's a year, 2 years younger or older than you, and you just like, what the fuck are you eating? I'm like, what are you eating? Why? Hold on, you don't even need to be at the gym at this point. What is
yeah,
your diet like?
yeah. I mean, because
You
I see people that come in there and instead of them getting on the treadmill or the bicycle,
They want to lift weights.
they want to hit the weights. I'm like,
That ain't gonna help
no,
you, buddy.
go get on the bicycle. Go get on the bicycle. Go get on the treadmill. The last thing that you need to be grabbing on is some weights.
Right.
Like, like really.
Hey,
you know. And
And the
then
people,
I,
they say that's why I say like you even if you don't even want to run, put that damn thing on the incline
yeah,
and speed it up a little bit. It's the same as a mile run.
yeah,
You
because
gotta make it work for you.
even now, I get on the bicycle, and then if I don't want to get on the bicycle, then yeah, I get on the treadmill, and I'll hit the incline, and I'll walk it right, but I'm just like, uh-oh, and I'm just like, come on now, y'all just like, you know, I applaud the effort. I'm like, look, okay, you in here, I get all that, but
But you at the wrong station.
come on, go, I'm just like, look, go over there, go
Yeah.
get on the
Even
bicycle,
even if you go to the sauna, that's even
yeah,
better. Because you do not need to be on no, weights are gonna build mass.
yeah,
And if you're not doing, if you don't have enough cardio, but you're doing things that's gonna build mass to turn that fat into muscle, it ain't gonna look right.
yeah, I
That's why
know,
you got a lot of
right?
guys with chicken legs, a disproportionate waist. You want something that looks, not
Yeah,
chiseled, but proportionally, you know, you want to look good with no clothes on. That's the whole goal of being in the gym. Just to make it right. When you look in the mirror and you get out the shower, you want to look good with no clothes on.
yeah,
That's all it is. And
yeah,
if and some people can't say that, but that's the whole thing. And you got a lot of people out here with chicken legs or chicken arms. I've seen it flipped for the first
yeah,
time. When you go to the gym in there, you see a lot of weird shit. Um, Not just them using the machines wrong,
yeah.
but sometimes I just be like, you know what, I'm gonna come back
Yeah.
because I
I
can't.
got, I got to tell you this, and I knew better when I did it, right? Because I still have my dress uniform, right? And so I looked at it. I said, you know what? Let me see if I can still wear this motherfucker, right? So
You still put it on, didn't you? Too
look,
big or too small?
I listen. I got it on, right? But trying to button up that motherfucker, no.
It ain't happening. 'Cause my arms busted out of mine.
Yeah, and so
Like
and
like
that's
I thought that my arms were big when I was in.
yeah,
They are like I almost busted the seam.
yeah,
I was like, oh my god, it's not that. It's like my waist is the same,
yeah.
but everything else was just
Yeah. And and so like so when it came time for me to get out of my jacket, right, I couldn't. So I had to tell my wife, like, look, you gotta pull this stuff bitch off of me. Right. So and then so she like she look at me like, what you put it on for? You know you can't wear it no more. I'm just like, hey, look, I wanted to see if I could still wear it. And,
right, right.
and like I say, I mean, now I probably would bust out of it now.
Yeah,
So,
I
but
bust out of mine, and
yeah,
that was probably like 2 3 years ago. I still got it. I got my dress greens. They're still up, you know, and then my uniform, my ACUs.
yeah,
I can still fit those, but the shirts, I ripped one of them.
yeah,
My PT uniform, I think my quads is still like it's crazy because I'm like man, I'm fat,
yeah,
but that's what I thought when I was
yeah,
putting them on. I'm like, no, it's like you can literally see the muscle, and I'm
yeah,
just like, man, I thought it was gonna be a totally different story, but I mean, it made me feel good. I guess that's equivalent to somebody trying on their wedding dress 20
yeah.
years later.
I mean, I mean because like I put the jacket on, And then I'm just like, you know what? I ain't even gonna worry about putting the pants on because,
Nah, don't do that. Don't do
you
that. It's
know,
horrible.
if I had that much hell trying to get this jacket on, I can just imagine what it
You're
would
gonna have
be
to cut them
like.
off.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. And then I got to tell you this. It was like a few months ago. You know, me and the wife we went somewhere. I forget. We went
Yeah.
to I think it was Burlington or whatever. And I think matter of fact I think I had on the same shit that I got on now. I had it on. And so like I'm thinking that okay, I'm good, right? So here come this lady, other lady, right? She saw me, right? And then I'm like, I told my wife, I said, look, I gotta go to the bathroom, right? So I go to
Yeah.
the back, right? So I come out, there she is. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I said, so for me, right, I hurried up to where my wife was at, right? And she was like, baby, what's wrong? So I just pointed, right? And so I just told her, right? I said, look, don't do anything. Don't do anything, right? I'm just telling you what's happening, So and that was that was wild. But I gotta ask you this. So what did you think about what did you think about the aliens, the 1,000-year-old aliens that they found down there in Mexico?
Man, that was a bunch of sand.
Yeah, I was like,
That was a bunch of sand. I don't believe this shit.
I'm just like, cause because I saw them, right, and I'm just like, why y'all wait so damn? Look, I'm just like, okay, if y'all had them, why y'all wait so long? You know? And then I'm just like, man, look, if y'all don't get out of here with that nonsense, that shit looking like ET down there. So I'm just like,
Yeah, that was like I don't believe that. I think that was the worst. That was the worst false flag I have ever seen.
I know, right? So I'm just like, y'all, because I was like, okay, y'all couldn't come up. So it's almost like, okay, well, the hell with what the hell happened in Roswell. So it's like, okay, y'all y'all been holding on this shit for 1,000 years, right? So I'm just
Right.
like, I'm just like, hey, okay, I got it. You know, it is what it is. You know. So, but anyway, though, there, Super Snoop, I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna get up from here. I
Okay.
just wanted your input. I just really wanted to hear your piece, what you had to say about Dion and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you got to give that man time to develop. He's a totally different. You know, I think at the end of the season, it would be great to revisit that conversation. At
Yeah,
the
I
end of
mean,
the
because
season.
everybody and me and you can agree to this. Everybody wants a right now winner. I mean, it's like they'll look at what you've done, and then they like, okay, well, let's plug him in, and then they just won't, they just won't like, okay, we
But
winning, and then the first
for
time that you
real,
lose, then here they come.
if you've been an athlete, I've been an athlete. I've been a basketball coach. I've been a mentor. I've been in so many different areas when it comes to sports. Just because you was great, don't mean that all your players are going to be great.
Exactly.
You're just going to give them a good foundation because no player is going to come from where I came from.
Yeah.
No player is going to be able to have the strength that I have. I know like when I play softball, I could hit anything. If I hit it, I'm getting two bases.
Yeah,
If in basketball, I was my favorite player was Dennis Rodman.
yeah,
I enjoy defense. I was a player getting 2 points and 6 blocks
yeah,
and some steals. So the thing is that everybody don't isn't gonna play like you. Now, granted, I will say this: defensive minded coaches do way better
yeah,
when you play through your defense. Just look at. I mean, I'm not saying this because this is my favorite team, but I kind of am.
yeah,
Look at the Eagles last night. It proved Jalen Hurts. Well, Baker Mayfield intercepted, and he had 200. He had what, over 200 passes, no interceptions. They intercepted it. The Eagles got the ball, and the Buccaneers intercepted it again.
yeah,
And then the Eagles turned around and got it back
yeah,
via interception. So defensively, if you can be a piss poor offensively ran team, but when your defense is what carries you. You know, you can look at the better players. Basketball is a great example of defense. So Shaq was not the greatest offensive player, but defensively he was not getting up in that paint.
yeah, yeah,
And just like I mean, but everybody's gonna pay attention to him because it's Deion Sanders. He was the Michael Jordan of defense of his time.
yeah,
So, but I'm not like I'm not gonna I don't entertain the nonsense.
yeah,
In 2 years, yeah, if the same thing is happening in 2 years, then yeah, I'm willing to entertain that. But I'm just gonna wait till the end of the season.
yeah, yeah. See
Do
what
I
happens.
do I do I do I place bets on Colorado? Hell yeah, I'm placing the bets. I'm not gonna put them in my spreads.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know. But other than that, I mean, it's college football. What do you expect? College football. These are
yeah,
kids. These are kids.
yeah. But anyway, that's super smooth. I'm gonna get on up from here. Uh, I'll keep in touch with you. All right.
Okay, but let me know next topics. I'm open for it.
Okay then. I'll talk to you.
All right, much love.
All right now. So yeah, not the case. That was super smooth. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. Trying to get rid of this damn nagging ass cough, but hey, it is what it is. Uh, for those y'all that's gonna watch this, I hope y'all enjoy it. And I gotta do something about this cough of mine. So hey, guess what y'all get to do? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door cross street around the corner. Father Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Till next time. Damn.